get set up. So, oops, I think this is uneven. It's a bit uneven. Anyway, hello everyone. Welcome. Oh, my face is really shiny. I just sprayed a sensitive skin spray on it and it's gone shiny. Stefan, hello. Oh, we've got some comments here. We've got Rich Mitch. Hey, Rich Mitch. Stefan says, at least somebody is talking about it, as Rich Mitch refuses to say anything. Now the notes are official. You could describe the fragrance in an objective manner, Rich. Okay. I didn't know Rich Mitch was refusing to say anything about it. Are you planning to review it or talk about it, Rich Mitch? Or do you feel that your friendship with Eugene gets in the way of a genuine, subjective review? What's your thoughts on that? Hey Lily. Lily's sending a little cat in a box. And I am just looking for my live stream here on my laptop as usual. Hey John and Dion. Hi Claire, loving the curls. Your hair looks so healthy and bouncy. Thank you, Dion. Do you know what I think it is? I've got this coloured wax and I just put it around the front, but it really does. It's obviously a, what's the word? God, what's wrong with me? A product that you put in your hair. It's a styling product, but it's also a colour at the same time, just a wash out thing, but it seems to be quite good at holding the curls. So yeah, I quite like it too, thank you. Stefan's wearing Chopard Jasmine Moghoi or Mogho. I haven't heard of that one. Yeah, let us know what you're all wearing. Tim is here. We've got some samples to test that Tim sent me in a bit. So I've actually smelled all the ones that Tim sent me. So I've got some samples that Tracy sent me and I haven't smelled any of those. They arrived when I had COVID and I decided to, well, it was pointless because my sense of smell was just a bit off. It wasn't gone, but it was a bit off. So I've actually held off smelling any of those. I've been really, really good. So they'll all be brand new to me smells. The ones that Tim sent me, I have smelt them all. So I've got a bit more of an idea of them. And then of course I've got Eugene's perfume. So Eugene, I'm sure you all know, has the channel You Smells Good. And his fragrance brand that he launched or is launching kind of right now is called Les Abstracts. Something I'm not sure the pronunciation for something like that. Les Abstraits, I think that might be how you say it. Hillary's here. Hey Hills. Drawn by is also here. He's wearing Te pour un été, summer tea. Sounds nice. Everyone tell your friends about the stream, says Richmond. Yes, tell your friends, bring them along. Rich Mitch says, I'm not talking about it. Me and Eugene are too close and I don't want to leave self open to claims of nepotism. Okay, I totally get that. John is wearing Portrait from Amouage and Jasmine Heaven. Portrait from Amouage, which is a Jasmine Heaven, I take it. I'm not sure if I've ever tried that one. I think the cat's messing around outside. Maybe I should try and get I'll try and look at my stream on the laptop. And Yara's here. I saw Hillary say it's the wife here, and here she is. Hey Yara, lovely to see you. Let's just find this bloody stream on the tube. I want to tell you about my potential new hobby that's not actually started yet. Is anyone here into paddleboarding? Apparently it's all the rage. Anyhow, I've got a lesson with my friend Cheryl on Saturday. We're going to have a go at paddleboarding on a lake in Leybourne, which is not that far from here. And I kind of just have this feeling that I'm going to love it and it's going to be for me. So I'm already contemplating buying my own paddleboard. But for now, wish me luck. My only problem is I'm a little bit afraid of water if it's not really, really clean. So if I can't see where my feet are going, I'm really, really scared, and I don't really want to put my feet down. And I'm really afraid of dirty water in general, like normal kind of like lakes and stuff. I always feel like there's lava in there and gross things like random fish and algae. So I'm gonna have to go over some fear because everyone falls in. So wish me luck for Saturday, but I am really excited. Hilary says, I love paddleboarding. John says, paddleboarding, a surfboard with paddles. It's kind of like an inflatable big surfboard with one paddle, and you stand up and paddle along quite gently and sedately. It looks, if you look at videos, and if you look at videos on YouTube, if you look at pictures online, people go off paddleboarding in the most beautiful places, and you get to go out and be very alone with nature and all the beautiful surroundings. So that's what I really want to do. Leeches, amoebas, yes, exactly. I hate all of that stuff. Ugh. Drawn by says, I'd be hopeless at paddleboarding. I'd spend more time in the water. I'm sure that's exactly what I'm going to be doing as well. Right, so drink of the night. It's a bit late for this, but I have got a coffee because I've had a couple out earlier and I didn't want to keep going because I've got things to do tomorrow, and it's just not ideal. So I thought I'd have a nice cup of coffee with you lot. Oh, Lizzie Bean is here. Hello, Lizzie Bean. Hello, you're live. Yes. Do you know, Liz, I was thinking, those samples you sent me, the Roger Dove one, I feel like I did a live stream with them, and then maybe I filed them away somewhere. Or you know me, I'm quite brutal. Once I've made my mind up, I just send samples off or put them in a box to give away. I feel like I might have already gone through the samples that you sent me, but I could be wrong. I need to go back through my live streams and have a look, but I can't find them. So that makes me think I've already kind of like done them and moved them on. The A for Realist is here. Hello. Rich Mitch is at a loss for words. That's a first. There's a first for everything. Exactly. Oh, thank you, LB. it was all right. And Anuj Patel says, long live Les Abstrait, long live Eugene. Quatrefoil. Quatrefoil, that's a water thing, isn't it? I don't know. Hey, Peter. Lovely to see you. She'll probably get sniffing. Right, first of all, scent of the night. If you haven't done already, scent of the night, please. I am wearing a few things. Paris Monte Carlo. I started off with Vanida Tahiti, and then on top of that, about an hour later, I went with Ylang Nosy Bee, and on my wrists, I've got Joyeuse Tuberose. So I am white floral vanilla whore, as per usual. I don't remember you talking about them. No worries. If they didn't float your boat, they can go live with Angel Nova. I think I might have done something worse to Angel Nova than just pass her on to someone. Right then, let's get... So Dion's wearing Low Diva from Frederic Malle. Very nice. Let's get sniffing. I've randomly chopped up some bits of paper. It's an envelope, came from the council, insisting that I tell them all my details for the electoral roll. So I threw that piece of paper away. Bloody nosy bastards. Right then. Well, shall we save Eugene's for last? I'll take a vote. Do you want me to do Eugene's right now, or do you want me to save it till last? All vote now. And then I will drink another slurp of coffee while you vote. So I've got a bit of an issue with coffee at the moment. my Smeg coffee machine that I love. It's been giving me so much pleasure since, I don't know, the last 2 or 3 years. I love that coffee machine. It makes such a beautiful coffee. It's broken. And then I've been making my instant Millicano, and I used to like Millicano, but it is just not cutting it. So then I went to Asda's and I found some coffee bags. I thought I'd give those a go, and I have to say this is a coffee bag, and it was quite nice. It's not the same as my coffee machine, but it's a step above instant. So that's where I'm at. If anyone can fix Smeg coffee machines, I'll pay you in perfume. Please come and put me out of my misery, because I missed that machine and I don't know what to do with it. I've no clue. Tea. Bugger off, John. No, mint tea's alright, but mint tea, when you want a coffee, you want a coffee, and you want a good coffee, not some shitty instant. Right, okay, so have we got any votes here? Drawn by says now. Lizzie says now. Tim, I'm sending you a packet of professional smelling strips, Claire. Thanks, Tim. What are you saying? Are these not cutting it? Now. Okay, I've got a lot of nows, so I'm going straight in. I'm going straight in with Eugene's perfume, which I'm kind of excited about. I don't know the notes. I haven't looked it up. Apparently, from a comment just now, the notes have only just been released, but I didn't want to look them up because I want to see what I can pick out first, and then there's no smell, and then hopefully someone can enlighten me of the notes as we get into it a little bit more. So here we go. It's called Le Douleur Esquisse. Great name. I don't know I've forgotten what douleur means. There are other perfumes with that in their name. Douleur Esquisse. I think Eugen did tell me actually when he popped on a live stream about a week ago, but I've forgotten everything Eugen said. Immediately in the air, I feel like I smell Portrait of a Lady, but I'm only smelling it from here to there. But it's instantly making me think Portrait of a Lady. Now I know for a fact Eugen wouldn't deliberately copy anything, but it's just in the air. I'm totally getting that vibe, that dry, peppery rose, incense. Correct me if I'm wrong. The exquisite pain. Thank you, Lily. Put it on skin. Okay, sorry, Rich. Yeah, it's only because I've got joyous tuberose, but this has nothing on it. So yeah, put it on skin. Yes, of course you are right. Rich wants skin. Of course he does. I've got plenty of skin, plenty of flabinol. Oh God, I can't believe I just flapped my wingo bings. Oh dear, I need more coffee, I think. Okay, you want skin, you get in skin. No, it's not actually that much like Portrait of a Lady. Oh my God, it's really good. I think, is there a touch of civet? There's a touch of something dirty in here, but it's not too much. And there's a lovely sweetness. Oh, I love it. And I honestly was clueless what he might do. And I thought, oh, I doubt because I'm so fussy, I doubt I'm going to like it that much just because I'm so fussy. It's really, really good. So, okay, let's see. What do I think? It's reminding me, on skin, it's making me think of a little bit of one from House of Matriarch, which not many people would have tried because it's not one that's talked about. Years ago, Dan got sent some samples from House of Matriarch, and I found my favourite was called Magus, or the Magus, or something like that. And it's reminding me of that, and basically it smells like a magic potion. It smells like incense and to me it smells like there's something almost like a rose violet combination in here, something really smooth. But yeah, as I say, there's a touch of something dirty, which you're telling me is castoreum, but it's not that strong. I noticed it at first. I'm not even really getting that much dirt, like dirtiness anymore. It's really, really nice. Okay, let's have a little check on your comments. Rest in peace. No, honestly, from a distance, it smelled like Portrait of a Lady. When I sprayed it on the paper, not now. It's got a dryness to it, which does remind Portrait of a Lady to me is it's almost a touch too dry for my taste. Almost everything I love and own isn't that dry. I tend to stay away from dry. This feels like it's got a touch of dryness, but it's not too dry. It's definitely got some moistness as well. It smells very natural as well. Like, I cannot pick out anything at all that smells synthetic to me. It smells like, not necessarily that it smells 100% natural, but there's just nothing in there that smells synthetic, if that makes any sense. Let's think about the flowers. I think there's some flowers in here. So I'm guessing there's some rose. Maybe, I don't know. It smells a bit like there's some hay. It's got a touch of that, what's it called? Savoury element, like you get in tobacco rose, that lovely hay beeswax kind of smell. If its tonka is done in a very light and not too sweet way, it doesn't smell like, tonka can smell to me quite spicy, quite rich, almond-like. I don't think, if there's tonka, I wouldn't pick it out. Hey Maddie, we've got Jura Rose. Scotty's here. Hey Scott, Scotty Bean. It's changing. It's changing. I'm getting a little bit more of that animalic note again now. It felt like it was there, then it was gone, and now it's coming back. That might be me. It feels quite light, like not light in density, but it feels like it's a little closer to the skin. I'm guessing they're called Les Abstraits. So, is it abstrait? Are they extracts? It feels like, and it's very shiny. It feels like an extract in the way that extracts sit generally, not always, but generally extracts sit closer to the skin. %20 concentration. Is there some natural oud in here? Just a teeny bit, maybe. And a touch of patchouli. Oh, it's really good. I wasn't sure because, I don't know, I knew the perfumer was Antoine Lee, should I say, and he's obviously made a lot of perfumes for Etat Libre d'Orange, and he's made kind of quite a variation of different perfumes. I think I was expecting something more designery, not from Eugen, and I don't maybe not quite, I don't mean it quite that way. I think I was expecting something, I don't know, I was expecting something different, and I'm really impressed. Like, this is way better than I was expecting. it's, so you have niche, you have like mass market niche, and then you have the indies. It's somewhere in between. So it's not as indie as, it's not as indie as say Francesca Bianchi, but it's definitely not mass market niche either. Right, let's try and think what this flower is. All these flowers. Definitely rose. Am I right about the rose? Surely. There's something. There's some sweet sort of resin-like things going on in here. It's reminding me of something. I'm not sure what. Yes. So when I smelt it from a distance on the paper, it smelled really peppery. I don't really get that anymore. Which says lots of, it gets resinous in the base, lots of resinous notes, no oud. Eugen better not put any amber woods in it, yeah. No, I don't think it smells classic, Stefan. It's closer to an indie perfume than it is to a mass market niche, and it's a million miles away from designer, but it's definitely not classic old school in my opinion. It smells, it feels like, even though there's no oud in it, it feels like there's a touch of oud, that it could please the Middle Eastern market to a degree if they wanted something subtle and not so laden down with saffron and oud. So I don't know if that makes any sense. It just has that kind of like Middle Eastern feel that maybe even takes me to Morocco or a spice market. It's not necessarily mega spicy, but I think I'm thinking more incense, all the different incenses you can get in a, you know, well, I don't even know if I've been to a souk, but what I imagine going to a souk would be like lots of different incenses and maybe some spices. There's something really familiar about it and I'm not sure what it is. Rose and resins. Is there any other floral in here, Rich Midge? Turkish and Bulgarian rose. It's really, really smooth. So there's nothing screechy, there's nothing shouty, there's nothing jarring, there's nothing... oh, there's iris in here, okay. Yeah, I can't find it at the moment, but it might be just blending in with everything. Oh, and there's a slight mentholated feel from it. Not necessarily a menthol note, like I'm not saying that there's eucalyptus or mint in here, but I just get a very mild menthol vapor type feeling from it, which could be something like a geranium. It could be even a resin. Some resins have a slight mentholated feel. 2 natural rose and natural iris. Is the castoreum real then? I think someone said it was castoreum absolute or something. Which would be a shame because it would put the vegans off. I've got lots of lovely vegan friends. This is really, really good. I take it there's like some sort of wood in there. It feels like there's just a hint of woods as well, mixing in with the resins. maybe a touch of sandalwood, something, maybe like one of the drier sandalwoods. Real castoreum. Remind me where castoreum comes from. Is that a musk pod from a particular animal? Castoreum is technically legal if from culled beavers, i.e. they were already dead, killed. So it's from beavers. Oh. Yeah, this is still changing. This is still developing. How? Yeah. It's getting a little sweeter. I'm really inhaling here. Definitely some sweet resins. I don't know whether there's a touch of vanilla or benzoin, something like that. I know you said there's lots of resins. It reminds me of certain things I've smelled earlier in my fragrance journey. Some amouages, I think. Not of any specific one, but how some of those earlier amouages smelt. But this is not a big amouage. What do you call it? What's it called? Beast mode. Yeah, it's not a. It doesn't feel like a beast mode. This is a wear it for yourself kind of subtle, very intriguing, enticing fragrance. I didn't expect it to have, not that it's really sweet, but I know that Eugen doesn't like too much sweetness in his perfumes. So I'm that's why I probably expected not to love it, because I expected it to have almost no sweetness. And I know that Eugen loves his leathers and woods, and so I was expecting it, I guess, not to be for me. It's almost like smelling silk and suede now. Obviously they're probably not listed notes. Not many people list silk as a note, but it's giving me those really sumptuous, smooth, special, shiny feeling. Yeah, this could be a Silk Road inspired fragrance, because it feels like resins and silk and opulent materials, special, expensive materials. They're talking about bum holes in the chat. Oh. Yeah, I'm definitely still getting that slightly menthol feel from it as well. Really, really, really nice. So I absolutely am going to give it a proper wearing. Jura mentions castoreum smelling a bit like chocolate, vanilla, warm and balsamic. I totally get that if that's the reason I'm smelling all of that. Yeah, it does have chocolatey nuances, but in a very abstract way. Like, it's not like taking a bar of dairy milk and smelling it, which is ultra sweet. It's not like that. It's a very subtle chocolatey rosy type thing. Little bit of a spiciness. What spice is in here? Is there a touch of cardamom? So good, so good. Okay, right, my coffee's gone cold, so the last bit's going to have to go to waste. Hate doing that. Cumin, really? Do you know what? Now you say that. Yeah, I can get it, but it's not at the level that I don't like it. It's yeah, that's because there's cumin in Portrait of a Lady as well, isn't there? Yeah, it's definitely done with a very light hand. So if you're afraid of cumin, don't be afraid of this, because I generally don't like cumin if I can detect it, or if I can detect it just a bit too much, then I generally wouldn't like a perfume with cumin in. But this isn't too strong. I used to have, from Etat Libre d'Orange, I used to have Putain de Palace. I'm not sure if that was Anton Lee. It probably was. Someone will know. Let me know. That had cumin in. And when I first got it, I really liked it because it's kind of like, there's a violet in there, and I can't remember all the other things. I think there was a bit of incense or cigarette smoke, connotations of old perfume, or and sweaty whores basically. And there was cumin in there, but I didn't really pick up on it when I first got the bottle. In fact, there's a really old review on my channel going back God knows how many years. I actually reviewed it. I think I was in Croatia, and I got a cold when I was in Croatia. Got a cold, and then when I started to smell it, I think I had a sample when I was in Croatia, and I bought it when I got back. And then when I smelled it when I had a cold, or just got over a cold, the cumin became so big. It's so weird. My sense of smell just picked up so much cumin, and I had to get rid of the bottle. It's funny how fragrance can do that. But anyway, that was a bit of a tangent. Yeah, this is really, really good. Jura was Natalie Faustauer. Okay. Yeah, I like it. It's good. Fosco says I get a lot of mint from myrrh. Okay, maybe that's what it is. This is excellent. Honestly, it's excellent. If you can try it, absolutely go for it if you like the sound of it. It's it's leagues above the bullshit niche that we're getting fed in stupid. I mean, I don't know what Eugene's price point is, but the stupid bottles, the ridiculous bottles containing shit juice that we're paying £200-300 for. This is leagues above, trust me. And I'm not just saying that because I like Eugene. I would tell you the truth. I think you know that. Oh, thank you, Anuj. That's really kind of you. Mwah. Thank you very much. Yeah, really nice, lovely rose note in there. It's not one of those kind of like fresh roses, but it's also not really dense and dark and gothic. It's somewhere in the middle, but it's not overdone with the rose as well. So I wouldn't say it's like a full-on rose perfume, although maybe if I was doing a best rose perfume, I think I would 100% put this in there. Uh-oh, what's this? Is that you, Annie? Oh, I think it's a fox. I think it's a fox. Victor says, may I ask, where were you in Croatia? I'm from Croatia. Victor, I love your country. I have been to quite a few places. I can't tell you exactly where I was when I did that review, but I've done most of the coastline from the border down the bottom, so Dubrovnik. I've done most of the coast up to Split, stopped quite a few places in between, went out to quite a lot of different islands, and I've also been to Zagreb and Pula and somewhere else further up north. I remember going on a boat trip that went past Rovinj, but basically I've probably been to Croatia more than anywhere else. I absolutely love it. It's the most beautiful country. I'm so lucky to live there. It's gorgeous. Fosco says, can always trust Claire for an honest take. Looking forward to this. Thank you very much, Fosco. Says €240 for 100 mils. Well, I think that's not a bad price for a really really good quality smelling perfume. I don't smell any ambroxan, any amber max, any ISOE super. This is not some lazy arsed fragrance. It's just full of all the usual suspects and just got a couple of naturals sitting in amongst it. This is really, really good. Right. Okay, yeah. Rich Mitch, can you share any details? I think Eric's asking if anyone's got the URL to Eugene's site. Can you share any details for people? Hillary says you've been to Croatia, but when are you coming to Kentucky? Oh, I love to come to Kentucky. I'll do my best. I was thinking of doing a little tour of the states, see if I can see a few different places. So I'd love to come visit. Yara says, I don't think they really compare, sweetie. So Eugene's site for the perfume is lesabstrait.com. Are there more coming out, Rich Mitch, or is he doing it very slowly? Take her to a farm. Well, take me out for some Kentucky Fried Chicken, obviously. Live in Zagreb. Oh, lovely. Oh, and I remember going to, what's the place with the organ, the ocean organ? That wasn't Zagreb, was it? That was somewhere else. Might begin with a Z as well. That was beautiful. And I always remember the orange blossom, the orange trees. I was there in spring. Zadar, yes. I was there in spring, and the scent from, and this was, I might have been before I really got into fragrances, but the scent from all the orange blossom trees in this park near the ocean organ was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. Right, so Eugen gave 24 bottles to a French distributor for European and UK pre-release. Sold out in 24 hours. They'll be available from his website in the next month. You can get KFC anywhere in the world. Yeah, that's true, but surely at Kentucky is where it's going to be the bestest. Okay, let's smell some other stuff. If you want me to come back to this in a bit, remind me. Yes, it is. It's kind of like chocolatey and minty, but it doesn't smell like a mint chocolate. But it definitely has chocolate and minty nuances. So good. Right then, so we're going to go with Tim's fragrances. I have smelled all of these, so I'll tell you what I think of them. So my favourite that Tim sent me is Fleur d'Oranger from Serge Lutens. Right, Fleur d'Oranger. This one also has a cumin note, and I can't quite figure out if I get it or not. So I think there's a brief moment where I get it, and then it becomes something else that doesn't smell exactly like cumin to me. The opening of this, the Fleur d'Oranger, is epic. It is so good. It's this clean, very vibrant, fresh orange blossom. It smells really, really natural. And I can't even remember the notes, and I can't remember how it dries down. I know that I do love the opening more than when it dries down. But it's got this fresh, almost soapiness about it. Fresh and clean, a tiny bit soapy, very vibrant, lovely orange blossom. Extremely natural smelling. And a touch of greenness, so almost like you get not just the flowers but the twigs and the leaves. Tim says, I think Christopher Sheldrake amped up the indolic note in Orange Blossom to create the animalic. Is it Neroli too? Could be, John. I don't know officially, but It doesn't smell particularly, it's got a touch of bitterness to it, but it doesn't smell the way that neroli can smell very bitter and green. Doesn't give me stinging nettle vibes. Some neroli, if I smell natural neroli essence, essential oil neroli, to me that smells a bit like stinging nettles. I don't get that from this. Yeah, I can't really remember what else happens, but to me the opening is epic. It's really, really good. And the dry down's nice, but I don't feel like I need to buy it. So I'm not madly in love with it, but that opening is so beautiful. Really good. So that's Fleur d'Oranger from Serge Luton. And the next one, I tell you what, we'll talk about the one that I haven't looked up. So I specifically didn't look up the Bagari from Robert Piguet, because I kind of want to be right about what I think about it. And I honestly don't know, I have no clue, but to me, it's aldehydes and incense. And it reminds me a little bit of Freddie Albrighton's 11 Candles. Yeah, so I quite like this actually, Bagari from Robert Piguet. I'd never heard of it before. And yeah, as I say, it reminds me of 11 Candles in Antwerpen from Freddie Albrighton. Not that it smells the same, but it just gives me the same aldehydes, almost like waxy candles, incense, or kind of like a powdery resin like benzoin and musk. I have no idea what's in here, but I'd say it's the most noticeable thing is the aldehydes. And it feels like there's a mixture of aldehydes, so you get all different kinds of aldehydes. Some are Chanel 5-ish, some are more soapy. It smells like a mixture of both. So it's not as fizzy and really sharp and bitey as Chanel No. 5, but it feels like it's got a little bit of that, but then it's mixed in with this like soapy aldehyde type smell. And yeah, a little bit musky and a little bit sort of like powdery resin incensey. It's actually really, really nice. I must give it a proper wear. But I do like it. It's not my usual thing. I do think it's really good and well worth checking out. Tim, what do you what's your thoughts on Bagari? How is it for you? And then the next one from Tim is called Daftura Noir. It's another Serge Luton. And I do remember that I've tried it in shops. And I think this is a jasmine one, isn't it? I've forgotten what Datura is actually. I did look it up once. Datura. So, see if I remember this one. That's kind of nice. Tim says I've a bit of early 1950s Bagari, which was by Germaine Cellier, who created Bandit. It was designed as an aldehydic alternative to Chanel No. 5. I like it, but I don't use it much. Oh, okay. Definitely very aldehydic. Right, so let's go for Tiranois. Smells like almond and jasmine, and I never thought of almond before until now. But it does. It also smells a bit soapy. So it smells like almond, soap and jasmine. It's nice. Very clean. Almost a little bit hairspray like. Yeah. Tim, if you remind me what is in Daftura Noir, I doubt there's almond soap and hairspray. But that's what I'm getting. I really am. Almost shampoo-y. And none of this stuff, when I smelt it before, came into my head. But this is what I'm thinking right now. yeah, maybe almond shampoo, almond and jasmine shampoo. Really nice, really clean, almost bubbly. Yeah, that's Daftura Noir. And we've got one more from Tim. Are you all still here? Because you're all being very quiet, unless my stream is frozen. If you're still here, say hi. If you're lurking, say hi. Give me a little emoji. If you're shy, just send me your favourite emoji, just so we know that you're here. And I haven't done any safety advice for a long time actually on my channel. So if you are here and you're watching, you haven't signed in, I'm not going to know to look out for you. So just let us know that you're here, and that way I can make sure to show you the emergency exits should shit hit the fan. Hello Adam, thanks for checking in. So we're going to go with the last one that Tim sent me, which is Jiki, and it's the Pure Parfum. So it's Guerlain Jiki Pure Parfum, and Tim told me to try it properly and wait for the dry down, and I did put it on my skin, and then I kind of forgot it was there. So Tim says Datura is a poisonous plant with night-scented flowers, but apparently doesn't smell like that, so it's a bit abstract. I think it's actually tuberose and ylang-ylang combo. Okay. Oh, it's very nice. Definitely got. Do you get anything almond like shampoo-y? Drawn by still here. Sorry, got into doing stuff in the kitchen, listening in. Thank you. John's sending a giraffe and a bat. We've got a ghost from Lily, and Adam's saying a hi. Thank you. Sorry to sort of pull you away from what you're doing, make you type. Just know that I'm not alone, that's all. So Jiki Parfum, first thing I get from it is the most intense and peppery lavender. Very, very peppery, herbaceous lavender. It's like smelling a lavender bush straight up from nature. Actually, I've got one in my garden. The weeds overtook it, poor thing. I didn't rescue it. Well, I rescued it too late. I think it's dead. Sorry lavender. Tim says almond, yes, to very much in Daftura Noir. Okay, cool. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Is it a listed note, or is it just something that we get? So yeah, Jiki, I can barely get anything else except lavender. It's, for my taste, it's way too much lavender. Lavender's not a note I don't dislike it, but I also don't particularly like it. I'm very like, I don't choose fragrances with lavender in. Never have. I don't mind the smell of it, but I don't know. But I think it's so commonly available as an essential oil. It's in so many products that it loses it. It's not so special as smelling something like iris. Do you know what I mean? Rest in peace, lavender. Yeah. Bye bye, lavender. Bye. Yeah, I don't know what else is in here. I know when I smelled Jiki before, and I put it, was it Jiki? Yeah, it was Jiki. Put it on skin, and then it went slightly pooey. I think it was EDP. Tim says wait, it doesn't say it now, but he told me to wait for the dry down because it's really lovely Guerlain vanilla-y thing. But I think that I'm not going to get that for a long time on the paper. I just get a ton of lavender. Victor says I find lavender easily overpowers everything else. Yeah, it definitely can do. John says it's an embalming oil too. Well, wouldn't it be funny if I go and embalm my dead lavender bush with lavender essential oil? No, that's just ridiculous. Recently got Special for Gentlemen by Le Gallion. Seen some reviews say it's meant to be like a take on Jiki. Need to try Jiki again to decide. That's Drawn by. Now, this is getting some other nuances to it now, but damned if I could tell you what they are. So it's a bit powdery. It's like almost like a talcum powdery. It's that lavender's still quite sharp. It's not so peppery anymore. When it first sprays, it's very peppery, very herbal. That's calmed down a little bit, but it's still lavendery. It's still very lavendery. And there's something else in between the lavender, but the lavender's so strong. It's hard to say. Lavender's amazing for burns, says Rich Mitch. I've got a funny story about that, Rich Mitch. I did an aromatherapy course when I was younger. Only a short, 2-day, 3-day aromatherapy massage course. And my boyfriend at the time, we was in Spain, and he massively burnt his back, like really, really badly. Red raw it was. And I had my lavender essential oil. So of course I know exactly what I'm doing because I've been on this 3-day course. And I'm like, yeah, I can fix that. Lavender essential oil. So I put it on his back neat. So I chucked a load in my hand, spread it on his back, and he was like, ah, what are you doing? Absolutely murdered him. Because you're not supposed to use any essential oil neat on skin. Absolutely not. You might get away with it on unbroken skin, harder skin, but you absolutely cannot put any essential oil on really upset skin. And he was mad at me. He was absolutely furious. So yeah, I should have known better. Massage course oi. Yeah, I learned. Oh God, could I remember it now? I don't know. Probably not. I've still got my instructions, I think, somewhere. Right, let's go with Tracy. So Tracy's not here, I don't think. If she is, she's being very quiet. But I've got the samples Tracy sent me, so hopefully she'll watch this back. Did his skin ever grow back? It was alright in the end. But pink is marzipan, blue is burner. Biwa. Right, so we've got some DSH, Dawn Spencer Herowich. And I've never tried anything from the brand before. Tim says, regarding Jicky, you won't get the lovely vanilla off paper. Parfum's quite different from the Civet EDP. The lavender is very luxurious, not some bog standard lavender oil. Okay, I will try it properly on skin. Right. Let's see, what do we have here? Got a few in here, you know. Right, she said the pink one is marzipan. Now, I have always wanted to try Dawn Spencer Hurwitz marzipan. Did I put anything there? I don't think so. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go with the marzipan on skin. And I remember, I think it might have been Dawn herself. I asked her if the marzipan was quite linear, because a lot of gourmandy perfumes are quite linear in my opinion, and she said it doesn't really do that much. So, but I can smell marzipan right now. It's very rich as well. Like, look at the oil there. I think the marzipan one is a limited thing that she does around Christmas time. I mean, this smells exactly like marzipan. Exactly. Hey Jimbo. It's got that powdery nuance that you get with marzipan, that you get from the ground almond, I guess. It is full on pure marzipan. Like, it doesn't need any other description. It's amazing. Like, I don't know if I would would I wear it, because I generally like a bit more than just gourmand. I like a flormand with a little bit of freshness. I mean, this is so thick and rich. I'm having to sort of like massage it a little bit into my skin. It's still like super shiny. I mean, it does what it says on the tin, and it's really good. It's almost got a slight spiciness to it. Do you know what it smells like now? Fruitcake and marzipan, so like Christmas cake. So I feel like I've got some sweet spices. Yeah. It would make you a touch edible too. Yeah. It is like Christmas cake. Bloody top. Stay on. Yeah. It's really good. If you like a full-on gourmand, this is, and if you want to smell like Christmas cake with a ton of marzipan, this is it. Fruit cake and marzipan. I'm getting hungry, says Jimbo. Yeah, it's really nice. I think how I would wear that is a spray or two of marzipan and a white floral fresher perfume as my main perfume. Sorry, there's some foxes screaming in the distance. But it is really, really good. It's really nice. So we are going to try another thing. What did she say was, where did I put the other one? Oh, there it is in my lap. Right, the silver one. Blue is Biwa. Well, that's silver. So what's that then? What's that then? Okay. Right, we'll see if we can figure out. So we've got a silver one here. I don't know what that is at the moment. I'd say, John, it almost has a cherry nuance, just from the almondiness of it. Okay, we've got a very dark one here. It's called Ambren from Gather Perfume. So she sent me the information of that one here. Ambren, amber, bergamot, argarwood, sandalwood, vanilla, orange blossom, tonka. Sounds really good. Oriental, bold amber, seductive, sweet incense, traditional, long lasting. Okay. Gather Perfume is a small batch artisanal perfumery bringing you pure botanical aromatics of plants, fruit, flower, leaf, root, seed, fruit and resin. Each fragrance is expertly composed entirely by hand to bring you an exquisite and authentic experience of olfactory story, landscape, intrigue and personal connection. Let the alchemy of scent bring you on an intimate journey of the senses. Okay, bringing you pure botanical fragrances. Does that mean it's all natural, or does that mean it just has a lot of naturals in it? I'm not sure, but I think I really want to smell it. So where's my... This is exciting. Tracy sent me some really exciting stuff here. Things I've never ever tried. This is so dark. Okay. Mavid Day is here. Hey Mavid. Here we go. Ambren. Whoa, I can smell that in the air already. Very woody amber. Oh, hi Neil. I'd blame the 3-day course. Yeah, well, he didn't. He definitely blamed me. Tracy in spirit. Yeah, hopefully Tracy will be back to watch. So Ambren. This is very rich. Like, this is too rich for me. I kind of guessed from the colour that was going to be the case. And it's boozy. I did mention in the description about opening a bottle of port. I won't read you the whole thing, but it says you open the cork on an aged port. Dark dried fruit. Yeah, that's what it is. I don't really like dried fruits in perfume. I find it too rich and a little bit over, what, just too much. And this does really smell like rich red wine and loads of dried fruit. it's very, very strong, very rich. To me, it's cloying, not because it's too sweet, but it's because it's too rich. And it does have that oak barrel sort of smokiness, like booze that's been aged in an oak barrel, that feel. And it's also got like a sangria kind of feel, like fruity, red wine, very rich. The notes sounded good, but this is far too rich for me. Yeah, I definitely couldn't wear that. That's Ambren. I think if you like a really strong and rich perfume with dried fruits and booze, you may well like that, but that is not my thing. And then this one, stock. This one has, looks like it might say berry vanilla. I'm gonna have to ask. It's it looks like that might say berry vanilla, and the top word is MA something. Berry vanilla. I don't think she said anything there. Okay, so I think that one is the Biwa. So Tracy said the blue one, maybe it's the colour of the juice. I don't know. Maybe that's silver to me, but maybe that's what she meant by the blue one. Must be. So this is I think it's another Dawn Spencer Hurwitch Biwa. But let's just smell whatever this is, and it looks like it says something like berry vanilla. Sounds like a plane is about to hit Claire's house. It does all the bloody time. About every 3 minutes of every day is a plane or a helicopter intruding on my quiet time. It's a bit late for lawn mowing. Yeah, I mean, this smells exactly like berries and vanilla. Mulberry vanilla. Is that a fragrance? Looks like 2 words. A or O something something something. Another word like OSHO. Then it looks like berry vanilla. So maybe the top 2 words are a brand. Maybe that's DSH, Dawn Spencer Hurwitch. And then the first word, I don't know what that is, McCoy berry vanilla. If anyone knows DSH perfumes, is there anything that could have berry vanilla in it? And yeah, it's like what sort of berries? What sort of berries? I don't know. Does it smell like strawberries? Maybe a little bit. It smells like Smurfberries. It smells like Smurfberries. This smells very clean, very simple. And maybe it's now because I've seen the name, but I can't smell anything except berries and vanilla. Mo Farah berry vanilla. Has he got a line of fragrances? It's a flying cat on my wallpaper. Port, you say? Well, it is Friday. Yeah, I don't get more than a mixture of berries and some vanilla. It's not ultra sweet. There's a little freshness. It's not really tart. Sometimes berries can be very tart. It's not particularly tart, but it's also not syrupy sweet. It's in the middle. In fact, John, you sent me a sample once of something. It's a Killian, it's a berry Killian. It reminds me of the berries in that one that you sent me. I can't remember what it was called. Yeah, so like it's an in the middle, not syrupy sweet, but also not particularly tart or sharp. Berry. The vanilla's very light. It doesn't smell really sweet. It doesn't smell like vanilla cupcake frosting. But it's also not particularly interesting at the moment. Maybe on skin it will be a bit more interesting, a bit more nuanced, but on paper, which is obviously not doing it justice, it's very perfectly pleasant, but it's not wowing me. Yeah, that's right, Tim. Emma J. Shipley links wallpaper. How do you know that? Because I told you, or because you know that? So yeah, that doesn't excite me too much, but it's pleasant, but maybe, as I say, maybe on skin, probably better. So we're going to try this one, Sweet Redemption, mate. Don't know. No, Sweet Redemption is that really sweet one. Like it's a marshmallowy one, isn't it? It was fresher. I think it might have been a discontinued one. It's a little fresher. Had like almost like a clean ozonic feel to it. Right. This is, actually I might talk about one more thing after this, and then I'm going to bugger off. So this I think is called, was it Biwa or Siwa? Biwa, B-I-W-A. I know nothing about this. He didn't tell me, I just knew. Love my wallpaper. Okay, Biwa. If anyone knows anything about it, feel free to pipe in, pipe up. Okay, so kind of chocolatey, but without, again, it's like an abstract chocolatey. Initially I thought it smelled incensey, I'm not sure anymore. Maybe Joanna, I can't remember. This is unusual. I'm having trouble pinpointing what this is, but it's good. It's a lot more interesting than the berry vanilla one. There might be a note in there that I don't quite enjoy. Can't tell you what it is. Smells a little minty. Again, that might not be a specific mint note. It might be a minty type thing, like a myrrh or a geranium. But I don't think it's geranium. It doesn't smell rosy. I'd say it's probably some sort of resin that's coming off a little mentholated. I think there's something a little fruity in here. Almost like a blueberry. And there's something very cooling in here. So maybe there is actual mint. Yeah, I'd say it's a cooling, almost like icy. I'm thinking a snowy scene, but some greenery, some life, not just like pure snow. There's like some life, there's some plants, maybe even some fruit growing in the snow. I don't know. What does biwa mean? Does anyone know anything about biwa? I should look it up because I'm pretty sure that I am way off the mark here. But I would say it smells a little minty and a little chocolatey without it really going gourmand. Very fresh and cold, snowy feel. Rich says the story about Mo Farah this week was bonkers. I don't see the news, Rich Mitch. You're going to have to enlighten me. I do know that we've lost our president. Whatever. I think David Cameron's resigned or something, hasn't he? But I don't actually watch any telly. I only hear the news if it happens to come on the radio, if I happen to be in my car, and that's not that often. Right, let's look up this fragrance because it's really interesting. Honestly, it really is. Google. Come on. Right, so we want Biwa. B-I-W-A. Dawn Spencer. I don't know how to spell Horowitz. Let's try that. Let's try that. Quite sad, really. DC, we've got Bojoke on. The Mo Farah documentary was moving. Right, okay, right. So this is a bestseller. I'm just clicking on the link now to Dawn's website. January 2020, there's a... Okay, right. Biwa, an ethereal and luminous fragrance inspired by Japanese freshwater biwa pearls and the lake that produces them. Aldehydes, rice powder, steamed jasmine rice, soft exotic woods create a perfume of ascension and soaring spiritual release. Well, there you go. I got none of that. It still smells minty to me, but it does have that delicacy that you can imagine from rice powder and steamed jasmine rice. I honestly really like this one, but I would bet my bottom, that there was some mint in here. And it's really, really nice. And I do get a chocolatey nuance, even though it's not listed. I like that one a lot. And it's so nice because Tracy sent me lovely, decent amount there. I am absolutely going to wear that. That's a cooling perfume. I've been meaning to do a cooling perfume video because of the heat we're getting lately. And I'm actually reaching for cool fragrances. Most of my fragrances are warm, meaning rich or vanilla or you know, most of you know what I mean by warm. I don't wear that many fresher perfumes, cooling perfumes. But on these hot days, I get out of my shower and I'm like, no, I just want mint and citrus. I really like that. That's really good. So glad Tracy sent me that. I think I like that the best. The marzipan's changed quite a lot on my skin. It doesn't smell like full-on marzipan anymore. Smells more like a flower, a white flower with vanilla and a hint of almond. So it's not as linear as I expected or thought it was going to be, which is a good thing. It's still quite rich, that sweet note, that kind of like vanilla-y note. It's still quite rich. It reminds me of Kai's perfumes. If any of you have tried the American little indie brand called Kai's, they do a lot of stuff with vanilla. They do a lot of gourmands. Really, really good. Quite rich and sweet. Totally reminds me of a Kai's perfume now. Right, Rich Mitch says, Mo Farah says he was illegally trafficked into Britain as a child and was a slave for a few years. Bloody hell. That is shocking. I think his fake mum needs to go to clean pub toilets for free for the rest of her life, at the very least. Some evil buggers about. Wow. I will look it up because that's quite shocking. But kind of an amazing story to have a beginning like that and to have such amazing success. But that's crazy. Tim says the truly horrendous heat is coming Monday. Some really light bright citrus is needed. Yeah, absolutely. So I will actually try and make a video. So many videos I've been trying to make. I can't be asked. But I will actually try and make a video on cooling fragrances to wear in the heat. But I have only got about 5 fresh fragrances, so it's going to be a boring video because I've probably spoken about all of these perfumes before. But I can add this one. No, not this one. That's definitely not that one. The marzipan one is definitely not cooling. I can add the Siwa. I want to put that on my skin. Siwa. I'm going to put that in the video. I'm going to get to know it first. Let's go here. Yeah. Siwa from DSH Perfumes. Love it. Really nice. Really interesting. It's nice to smell something really unique, and so often you don't. Like, you smell so much stuff and then it's like, oh yeah, I've smelled that before. Yeah, I've smelled that before. And this is really unusual. And I like that. So we're gonna go, let's go back to Eugen. Wow. Eugen's perfume now has taken on a different, some more stuff is going on here. It is making me think a little bit of Portrait of a Lady now, a little bit. It's not exactly the same, but it feels like it's definitely got some things in common. Maybe it is that cumin and the rose. It has gone drier, so that's what's happened. At the beginning it was a mixture of moist and dry, and it was a decent amount of moist, because I like a decent amount of moist. But now it's definitely dried out. Not completely, it's not as dry as, I think Portrait of a Lady gets really dry on me and it makes my throat start to dry up, in actual fact. Where's my drink? Oh, I left my drink over there. But it's got some, it's reminding me of Portrait of a Lady, but more other different stuff going on at the same time. It's definitely got a really smooth sweetness in here, which I really like. Really interesting. John says, I think we should all wear our darkest, most potent fragrances on Monday, because why not? Yeah. And then go somewhere built up, so lots of people are really close. Right, so I'm going to talk about one more perfume, which I mentioned it on Instagram the other day, and I really like it, and it's from Ormond Jane. Ormond Jane very kindly, at my request, I did ask for a sample of their new perfume called Babylonia. So that's the little box of the travel size, and as you can see, I've made a decent dent in that. Babylonia, this is actually really nice, fresh-ish floral powdery iris scent. So it's got what's it got? It's got a note of bluebell, and I got down on my knees and smelt a bluebell back in the spring, because apparently they have a scent I cannot smell a thing. Bluebells do not smell to me. Maybe Kent bluebells don't have a scent, I don't know, you tell me. But so it's got a note of bluebell, but I don't know what that smells like because I can't smell bluebells. And it's got iris, and it's, I think it's got violet. It smells like it's got a violet. And what else? It's got, I think it's got some sort of fruity notes. I can't remember exactly what they are, but it smells pear-like to me, and it actually reminds me a little bit of Tiffany Intense. It's got that same sort of like pear and then iris violet kind of dry down, but Tiffany Intense is a bit linear once you get past the first half hour. It's almost like just pure iris and violet, really. It doesn't really do much, and this definitely has a lot more stuff going on throughout the wear. And yeah, I really like it. I think it's got, it might have an orange blossom or something like a white floral in there as well. It's just really pretty. It's a little fresh, but it's also got that kind of like powdery iris thing going on, so it's not super fresh, but it is really nice. I really like it. So that's a new one from Ormond Jane called Babylonia, and I think it's released next month. And if you see it in a shop and you like the sound of it, definitely check it out, because it's really pretty. It's not groundbreaking, you know, it's not, if you take Eugene's perfume, it's nothing, it's not in those realms, but it is a very nicely done perfume, and I like it anyway. So there you go. Right, my throat is drying up. I seem to be perpetually thirsty. Is that this weather, do you think? Are you all like that? It's like I can't go 15 minutes without a drink, otherwise my throat just dries up. And I'm struggling to breathe because I had 2 vodkas earlier. Tim says bluebell woods in spring smell lovely. Hyacinth is close. Why can't I smell them? They're so pretty and I can't smell them. Bluebells smell a bit like hyacinth to me, says John. Of course, for legal reasons, I've never picked a bluebell. And for legal reasons, I've never killed a swan. Only joking. I definitely have not killed a swan. But I don't know if John has ever picked a bluebell. Right, okay, that's it. I'm done because I'm going to go find my drink and satisfy my thirsty dry throat. Thank you so much for joining me. It was a pleasure. And if you haven't liked my stream, like the stream for Eugene, like the stream for me, if you don't mind, that would be nice. And thank you for joining me, and I will see you all very, very soon.